Your cat just knocked your water glass off the nightstand, watched it shatter on the floor, and now they're sitting in the doorway with that look. You know the one. That sideways glance that seems to say absolutely nothing. No guilt, no remorse, just cat. And in that moment you might think, they don't even care. But here's what feline behaviorists have discovered. Your cat may have been apologizing to you for years, and you had no idea. Because cat apologies look nothing like human sorry. What you're about to learn will completely change how you see those quiet moments after conflict. Picture this. Your cat just did something they shouldn't have. Maybe they bit a little too hard during play. Maybe they scratched the couch right in front of you. And maybe they knocked something precious off the shelf and it broke. And now, 15 minutes later, you notice them doing something odd. They're not hiding. They're not acting like nothing happened. Instead, they're slowly, almost hesitantly, making their way back toward you. They pause at the edge of the room. They take a few steps. They pause again. Their body is low, not crouching in fear, but compact, careful. Their eyes keep flicking to your face, checking, assessing, waiting. This, according to Dr. Mikel Delgado, a certified cat behavior consultant, is one of the most misunderstood behaviors in the feline repertoire. She explains that cats don't experience guilt the way humans do, but they absolutely register when the social atmosphere has shifted. They feel the tension. They sense your withdrawal. And that slow, tentative approach is their way of testing whether the relationship is safe again. Think of it like a friend who said something awkward at dinner and then texts you the next day with a casual question about something unrelated. They're not directly addressing what happened, but they're reaching out. They're checking if you're still okay with them. That's exactly what your cat is doing with that careful reapproach. They're not saying sorry with words. They're saying it with their whole body, with every hesitant step, with every pause to read your reaction. And here's what makes this so meaningful. Cats don't have to come back. They could easily avoid you for hours. They could find another room, another person, another spot to sleep. But they choose to return to you, specifically, even when they sense you might be upset. According to research published in the journal Animal Cognition, cats form distinct attachment bonds with their owners, and those bonds motivate them to seek reconciliation after disruption. Like your cat isn't just wandering back because they forgot what happened. They're coming back because your relationship matters to them, and they want to repair it. The next time you see that slow approach, that careful re-entry into your space, recognize it for what it is. Not indifference, not obliviousness, but a genuine, cat-specific attempt to say, I know something went wrong, and I want us to be okay again. You wake up one morning to find a crinkle ball on your pillow, or maybe it's a toy mouse, or, if your cat has outdoor access, something far less pleasant, and you think, what is this about? Why are they bringing me random objects? Here's what most people miss. This isn't random at all. This is an apology, delivered in the most cat way possible. Dr. John Bradshaw, author of Cat Sense and one of the leading researchers in feline behavior, explains that gift-giving in cats stems from deep social instincts. In feral cat colonies, sharing food is a bonding behavior, a way of maintaining relationships and demonstrating care for others in the group. When your domestic cat brings you something, whether it's a toy or prey, they're engaging that same ancient instinct. They're offering you something valuable, from their perspective, as a gesture of connection. Now, here's where it becomes an apology. Have you ever noticed that these gifts often appear after moments of tension? After you scolded them? After a vet visit? After you were gone longer than usual? That timing isn't coincidental. Pam Johnson-Bennett, a certified cat behavior consultant, notes that cats often increase gifting behavior when they sense the relationship needs repair. It's their way of, quite literally, bringing something to the table. It's like when a child picks a dandelion from the yard and hands it to you after they've been in trouble. The dandelion isn't valuable by adult standards, but the gesture is everything. Your cat's crinkle ball, their toy mouse, even that questionable thing from outside, carries the same weight. They're offering you something precious, something they caught or carried or chose, because they want to restore the warmth between you. And what makes this even more touching is that cats are selective about who receives gifts. While research from the University of Lincoln found that cats distinguish clearly between their primary attachment figures and other humans, they don't bring gifts to everyone. They bring them to you, the one whose approval matters, the one whose affection they don't want to lose. So the next time you find an unexpected offering, don't just see a toy, see the intention behind it. Your cat is saying, with the only currency they have, please, let's be good again. There's a moment that happens in homes around the world, and most people have no idea what they're witnessing. You're sitting on the couch, maybe still a bit annoyed about something your cat did, and you glance over to see them watching you from across the room, and then, slowly, deliberately, they close their eyes, hold them shut for a moment, and open them again. It looks almost lazy, almost sleepy, but it's neither of those things. It's actually one of the most profound gestures in the feline emotional vocabulary. According to Dr. Karen Becker, a veterinarian specializing in animal behavior, the slow blink is what researchers call a cat kiss, a deliberate signal of trust, non-threat, and affection. When a cat slow blinks at you, they're communicating that they feel safe enough to close their eyes in your presence, which, for a predator who is also prey, is a significant vulnerability. But when this behavior appears after conflict, it takes on an additional meaning. It becomes an active attempt to reset the emotional tone between you. Jackson Galaxy, the renowned cat behaviorist, describes the slow blink as a white flag in cat language. It's their way of saying, I come in peace, I'm not a threat. Can we be okay now? And the remarkable thing is, this works both ways. Studies published in scientific reports found that when humans slow blink at cats, the cats are more likely to approach them, more likely to slow blink back, more likely to engage positively. It's a genuine two-way communication system. And when your cat initiates it after tension, they're extending the first olive branch. Think about what it means to make yourself vulnerable to someone you might have upset. Well, it's like offering a handshake after an argument, or being the first one to smile after a disagreement. Your cat, by slow blinking at you when things feel off, is taking that emotional risk. They're saying, I trust you enough to show you my soft side, even when I'm not sure how you feel about me right now. Here's something that might have puzzled you. Your cat does something wrong. You react with frustration. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, they start grooming you and licking your hand, nibbling your hair, or, just as interesting, they begin intensely grooming themselves right next to you. It seems like strange timing, maybe even dismissive, like they're ignoring the whole situation. But actually, this is one of the most sophisticated apology behaviors cats display. Dr. Marcy Koski, a certified feline behavior consultant, explains that social grooming, called allogrooming, is a cornerstone of cat colony relationships, and cats who trust each other, who are bonded, groom each other regularly. It's how they maintain connections, resolve minor tensions, and reaffirm social bonds. When your cat grooms you after a conflict, they're activating this ancient reconciliation ritual. They're saying, through touch, through care, we're still family. The self-grooming version is equally meaningful, though it works differently. Research from the International Cat Care Organization shows that cats often engage in displacement grooming during moments of social stress. But when they choose to do this directly beside you, in your space, it serves a dual purpose. It soothes their own anxiety, while simultaneously demonstrating that they still want to be near you, that your presence is still their safe place, even when things feel uncertain. It's similar to how humans might reach out and fix someone's collar or brush lint off their shoulder after a tense conversation. The touch itself becomes the repair. Your cat doesn't have words, but they have this careful, intimate, ancient gesture that says, I'm investing in you, I'm caring for you, because that's what we do. because that's what we are to each other. And here's what makes this especially meaningful. Cats don't groom people they don't trust, and they don't offer this vulnerability to strangers. When your cat licks your hand after you've been upset with them, they're not just being weird. They're choosing you, specifically, for an act of intimacy that they reserve for their closest bonds. Sometimes, the most powerful apology isn't what your cat does, it's what they don't do. You've been upset, maybe visibly frustrated, and your cat responds by being nearby. Not on you, not demanding attention, not weaving between your legs or meowing for food, just present, sitting a few feet away, existing in your space, quietly, without pressure. This behavior, which researchers at the Cornell Feline Health Center describe as proximity seeking without solicitation, is actually a sophisticated social repair strategy. Cats understand, perhaps better than we give them credit for, that sometimes people need space. And so, instead of pushing for immediate reconciliation, they offer something more nuanced, their presence, without demands. Dr. John Bradshaw notes that this behavior demonstrates what he calls social intelligence in cats, the ability to read human emotional states and adjust their own behavior accordingly. When your cat sits near you but doesn't engage, they're showing respect for your emotional process, while simultaneously communicating that they haven't abandoned the relationship. They're saying, "I'm here when you're ready, but I won't push." Think about the people in your life who know how to be present without being intrusive, who can sit with you during difficult moments without trying to fix everything, without making it about themselves. That quiet companionship, that patient presence, is one of the most mature forms of emotional support there is. And your cat, in their own way, is offering you exactly that. What makes this even more remarkable is the restraint it requires. Cats are naturally inclined to seek comfort and connection from their attachment figures. Holding back, giving you space while staying close, is actually a form of self-regulation that demonstrates how much your relationship means to them. They're tolerating their own discomfort, their own desire for immediate reconnection, because they understand that you need something different right now. That's not indifference, that's empathy, expressed in the most cat-appropriate way possible. So, the next time your cat does something wrong, and you find yourself thinking, they don't even care, pause for a moment, look closer. Watch for that tentative approach, those slow steps back into your space. Notice if they bring you something, a toy, a treasure, an offering. See if they catch your eye and hold it. Then slowly, deliberately, blink. Pay attention when they groom you or groom themselves beside you, choosing your presence for their moment of vulnerability, and recognize when they simply stay near you, quiet, waiting. These are not random behaviors. These are not coincidences. These are the 5 ways your cat has been apologizing all along in a language you were never taught to read until now. What's beautiful about this, what makes it so moving when you finally understand, is that your cat didn't learn these behaviors from a book. They didn't copy them from humans. These gestures come from millions of years of feline evolution, from deep social instincts, from a genuine desire for connection that exists entirely outside of human language. Your cat, in their own way, has been working to maintain your relationship, to repair ruptures, to say sorry, using the only tools they have. And now that you know what to look for, everything changes. You'll see the apology in the slow approach. You'll feel the peace offering in the gifted toy. You'll understand the slow blink, the grooming, the quiet presence for what they truly are. Acts of love from a creature who loves differently than you, but loves you nonetheless. You've earned something that most people never even know exists. The ability to truly understand when your cat is saying sorry. And in that understanding, your bond grows deeper, richer, more real. Because now, you're finally speaking the same language.